All right. Continuing off from the last tote, which kind of started with some like Transformers and Turtles and some vintage stuff, and immediately went into a lot of wrestling. And like I said before, I love pro wrestling, so it's way easier for me to kind of talk about it than it is a lot of other things. So just kind of going right into everything. Um, this is just another kind of random thing full of accessories. Some knee pads, some other stuff. Honestly, I don't really know what those are Christian Cage TNA pants from a Christian Cage action figure. Actually, this was the Walmart exclusive Rock that came out a while back. At the time, I thought it was the best Rock that was made. I haven't opened yet, but I have the Ultimate Edition Rock that just came out, and it is 10 times better than this one. And this was a great figure when it came out. But that new one is just, I'm going to do an unboxing of it. That's why I'm not showing it right now. But, yeah. A Jax Jake. I think this was a 2-pack with Rick Martel. Oh, it's the black and silver look. I think it's from the 2-pack with Rick Martel. I could be wrong on that. Back in the Legends line. A bunch of stands when WWE would give you a stand for the elites. I wish they still did. They don't, but it'd be great if they did. More accessories. I got some old Jax tables in there, a ladder, a couple of Build-A-Figure pieces. I think those are Danny Davis's arms from the WrestleMania set last year. Let me see what here. Elite Ciampa. Found this one at the Walmart here. Was super excited when I found it. Along the same lines, Elite Johnny Gargano. Another one of those two guys, Ciampa and Gargano, two of my more personal favorite modern wrestlers. Another guy, more modern, Ricochet. Again, another guy I just don't think the WWE really kind of knows what to do with at the moment. It felt like he was off to a hot start, and then it kind of just died down. I don't know what it was. I don't know why they just lost faith in him, but he's great. He's a great performer. Maybe he needs a little work on the mic, but still. I'm going to save this one for later just because how cool it is. I'm going to save this one for later as well because I think I want to put those in a set. I'll tell you what it is. I won't show it. It's the D'Lo Brown Elite. I found the Mark Henry Elite. Let's see, like there's Farouk too. But I'm going to put those all together so you can see them. Speaking of teams that go together, the American Alpha Elites, Chad Gable, Jason Jordan. I loved American Alpha when they were in NXT. I really was hoping the SmackDown Tag Team division would kind of be built around them, and I think they tried and it just didn't work. That's kind of a thing you hear a lot of is just NXT. Things that work in NXT just don't seem to work on the main roster, and that's a disconnect. That's a disconnect WWE hasn't really been able to figure out yet. Because other than a few guys who kind of break the mold, it seems to not work out well. 2003 Kurt, Team Angle Kurt Elite. I love this figure. This is from that era when it was him, Charlie Haas, and Shelton Benjamin. Probably the best version of Kurt I think that we had. Another team that kind of goes together. I don't know if I'll get their Super 7 figures. I might just keep these. But we got Gallows, Anderson. Gallows, Anderson. The camera's messing me up here. The Good Brothers. Great elites. They're really underrated action figures. The detail on them is great. Another guy who, I feel like WWE kind of dropped the ball with is Andrade. La Sombra for you Lucha fans out there. I loved him when he was La Sombra in Mexico, and then he lost his mask and came to the WWE. I thought he floundered a little bit on his start in NXT, but then he really picked it up when they put him with Zelina Vega and everything. And now the whole thing with her, they just released her. But I've loved him since he was La Sombra, and I'm going to continue to, even though he's another one of those guys WWE kind of, I feel like, dropped the ball with. Another one that it appears is going that way is Aleister Black. Another guy I really like now, but kind of appears to be also the husband of Zelina Vega, who just got fired, so that sucks. I got Dream's first figure, Velveteen Dream, another guy who's kind of going through some issues right now. Some controversy, I guess you could say. The Earth's champion, Daniel Bryan with the all hemp eco-friendly belt. I like this figure. I remember thinking when this first came out, the eyes were like crazy blue, but it's a great figure. I love Daniel Bryan's heel persona. It was great. Speaking of Daniel Bryan, we got an AJ. This is kind of during that long title reign he had. I think this is, I can't remember which Elite series it is, but I know the attire's from Rumble 2018, I think. It's when he had the handicap match against Zayn and Owens for the belt. But AJ Styles is probably my favorite modern wrestler. And one of my personal favorites today. I think he's great. I've been following his career since I first saw him on VHS bootleg tapes years ago. Can't say enough good things about him. Along the same lines, kind of, and the VHS bootleg thing, CM Punk. I know a lot of people kind of have mixed opinions on Punk now. I used to really like him. Now I can kind of see a little bit of why maybe some people don't. So that is what it is. But this is his Money in the Bank 2011 gear when he won the title from Cena. Or he was already champion and then unified the belts or whatever. No, he was leaving and won the belt and then took off. Just a historic moment, an iconic moment. I love this figure. So even though I'm a little indifferent on Punk now, I still love the figure. Mustafa Ali in the red. I believe the variant for this was in yellow, or is this the variant? I honestly can't remember. But there's another one of him in yellow. Target exclusive Cassius Ohno. It took me a long time to find this one, and I was lucky enough to find a guy who sold it to me for retail price. So he didn't scout me. He's a saint of a collector for doing that, and I appreciate it because I really wanted this one. I've been a big Chris Hero fan for a long time, and even when he came back and he was Cassius Ohno again, still liked him. Wish he was there. I think he got released recently. Pete Dunne. Again, another one of those guys who is more recent, but I love his work. I love him in NXT when he was the NXT UK champion. Right there's the belt. Another guy who just has kick-ass matches like almost all the time that I've come to really like. I got a Nia Jax, trying to build up my kind of women's division figures. So this was kind of the one I got for her. I think I got this on a ringside sale a while back. Ringside always has great sales. Let's see. I got Mysterio's Elite from Halloween Havoc. I love this attire. Fun fact, it's based off of the Phantom. I think specifically the Billy Zane movie version. So that's funny. Just that Rey Mysterio, who always wears, on big events, will wear like superhero-inspired themes. At one point, in one of the greatest matches of all time, and he wore a suit based on the Phantom. That's just funny to me. Because I like the Phantom. Again, another pair of guys who just the WWE didn't really seem to know what to kind of do with after NXT. We got Akam and Razar. Yeah, the Authors of Pain. I liked them. I thought they were great. Just a big-ass, dominant, powerful tag team. And again, WWE just didn't know what quite to do, and I think they got released, or one of them did. Well, they might both have. Booker T. I think Booker T is loved by everybody, but somehow still feels underappreciated sometimes. This is Booker from his WrestleMania 19 title match with Triple H that he should have won. I don't care what anybody says. That story was booked perfectly for him to win, and they pulled the swerve at the last minute. Triple H won, and that to this day pisses me off. He should have won that damn match. Okay. Going through a series of Finn Balor's because I've liked so many different versions of his attire that I've bought. I have 4 different ones right now. First off, we'll go with regular Finn Balor. This is a Top Picks Finn Balor. I believe this is the supporting equal rights one. Yeah, the rainbow one. Yeah, from I want to say WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans when he wore this. I feel like it. He had the entrance and everything. And then I have kind of like one of the regular just Demon Finn Balor's. This is kind of one of the more basic looks that he had when he did that, or when he's done the Demon multiple times. I have the Jack the Ripper one. This is kind of an underwhelming figure, but it does have the top hat and the coat, so that's cool. When they were in London, he did Jack the Ripper. And then when they were in Dallas, he did Texas Chainsaw, so he's got kind of like the coat. And he went out there with the chainsaw and the headdress. So he kind of did the Leatherface thing. So I picked up that one too a while back when I believe Toys R Us exclusive, before Toys R Us went out. This is a Defining Moments Jericho from when he won the Undisputed title in the end of 2001 at Vengeance. As he always said, he beat The Rock and Austin in the same night, which is true. But yeah, this is my favorite version of Jericho. Sorry, I get he's still great in AEW, but prime, no tattoos, long-haired Chris Jericho. Like, just, come on. Target exclusive, Broken Matt Hardy, with Skarsgård and Vanguard. I love the whole Broken Matt Hardy stuff. I think he might kill himself in AEW when he's whacking his head off concrete like that, but I know you can't control that sometimes, but just saying. But I love the whole Broken Universe stuff, so I had to get that when it came out. Elite Nakamura. I've thought about buying the Ultimate Nakamura just because of how great it is, but I'm cool with the Elite right now. This is from one of his NXT matches, I think against Samoa Joe. I could be wrong. But big Nakamura fan, always have been. I liked him before he was doing the King of Strong style gimmick back in his old Chaos days in New Japan. And he was just wearing black pants and trunks. Speaking of the Devil in a Shell pair, there's Samoa Joe. I love Joe. Again, another guy I've been following since I can remember getting old bootleg VHS tapes of Ring of Honor shows and stuff. So crazy to see, like, a guy like him and a guy like AJ Styles, kind of just crazy to see how you see them when they're first on these hazy-ass VHS tapes, and then through something like Ring of Honor and other independents, and then TNA, and then into, Japan, and in AJ's case, New Japan, and then WWE. It's just wild to kind of see that, like, seeing them at their start and into there. Elite John Cena. I want to say this is from, like, around his SummerSlam gear, like 2016, when he went out there and he had the match against AJ. I think that's what it is. It's the Pabst-inspired shirt. But I stuck a Jax US title in there. I don't know why. But yeah, I like that look for John. I know a lot of people, it's cool to hate John Cena. I have a lot of respect, but I think we all kind of respect him. And yeah, he can have a bit of a bland character sometime, but I have all the respect in the world for John. He carried the company. An early AJ Elite. I don't have his first one. This is, I believe, I think it's supposed to be the gear when he beat Ambrose and he won the title. I could be wrong, but another Elite Rock. This is the one that comes with the shirt. It's kind of a weird version because it's Rock with the short sideburns and the short hair, but he's got the modern like Rock logo on there, but he came with the shirt that he wore in like '99. I don't get it. Sami Zayn. That's one of those ringside sale pickups for like $4. One of my favorite figures that I was able to find at one point, Defining Moment Sting. Just, it's amazing. The coat, everything, the bat, the sculpt, the paint. Sting's awesome. That, when you think WCW, I always think of him and Flair. Sting and Flair, that's it right there. And I love that figure. It's one of my favorite ones. I got an early Elite Owens. I haven't gotten a more recent Owens. I just haven't found one I kind of like yet. But I did pick this one up when it came out. I think it's his first Elite. Of course, I got an Elite Randy from a little while back. I like this Randy. I think this is like 2016, 2017 Randy. Rollins from around that same time period. I think this is a Top Picks Rollins. Comes with the 2 title belts, Intercontinental and Tag Belt. And last one for this box. I got EC3. Again, another guy WWE just didn't know what the hell to do with, but a talented dude. And he's already gone, and that sucks. And one of the best head scans I've seen on the Elite. So I got through this box. So awesome. And got one more to go. So I'll see you guys then.